I just want to say thank you. Thank you for tuning on to this video. Please subscribe and please share these videos. Please share my videos. I have to say this. Everything I say in my videos is researched. I just don't make things up. And when you want to criticize me, do your research first. Alright. In this video, I'm gonna talk about something that has been bothering me. Because I'm hearing this a lot from African Americans, especially those who are in America, saying the African Americans that are on the continent are glorifying Africa. It's this, it's not what they're showing, be careful, and this and that. I don't think they're glorifying Africa. I've been watching African Americans YouTubers from there's a lady in Namibia called African American in Africa. I think she's been doing this for like 7 years. Yeah, African American, Afro-American in Africa. That's a channel. Check that out. And also I'm gonna Traveling Sister. She's also been doing this for some time. She's married in Tanzania. Even Afro-American in Africa, she met her husband in America. He's from Namibia, and they got married and they live in this nice country town in Namibia, and she loves it. And she posts so many videos. She'll talk about the great times, she'll talk about the bad times, the bad experiences, and all that. That's not glorifying Africa. And then you have Melanin Migration. Melanin Migration, also, she lived in Rwanda, but she's been outside of America for a long time. She lived in Asia, she lived in the Middle East, and eventually, and that's a normal sort of channel that that's why she has so much fun in Africa, because she's lived in other countries. Okay, and for some people, I think maybe that's how you should start. So anyway, so Melanin Migration. And then Traveling Sister. I want you to look at these three sisters, because they are not trying to glorify the continent. The problem is that you have a problem. You have a problem because you want the Africa that CNN and Fox News and BBC show you. Okay? That's the Africa you want. You want to see kids with flies on their mouth. You want to see kids doing all sorts of stuff. You want to see kids doing that. Okay? And that's the Africa you want to see. But when they show you the Africa you don't want to see, because you've made up your own mind. In your own mind, it's already made up. This is Africa. It's poverty. It's people walking like this. No cars, no nothing, no cities, none of that. You've made that up in your mind. Oh, no airports. When you arrive, a donkey will pick you up, or on a horse, or cattle pushing an ox, or something like that. That's what you are expecting. But when you don't get that, then you got a problem with it. And when people that go to Africa and have a bad experience come on YouTube, then, you see, everyone is glorifying Africa. This is because that is what matches with your own expectations. It's psychological, guys. I'll try to put the link for Traveling Sister and Melanin Migration, who are in Tanzania, below. I'll try to do that. If I don't, please check out their videos. It's Melanin Migration, Traveling Sister. The latest videos especially, because Traveling Sister talks about one of the video shows why you shouldn't come, 5 reasons why you shouldn't come to Tanzania. And she explains it very clearly, like it's not a perfect place, but there are things that you need to have for you to actually enjoy your time in Tanzania. Okay? If you are from America, where the roads are paved, even though these days there's potholes everywhere, where the roads are paved, where there's everything is well numbered, the streets and everything is well done. You receive your meals on time, you do this, and everything is cool, right? So everything is done in a hurried sort of environment. Everything is rush. You wake up, go to work, come back home, cook, eat. You wake up, go to work. That sort of lifestyle. When you go to Africa, and it's taken me some time to realize that it's okay. Because when I used to go to Africa, or every time I'm in Africa, I think things move too slow, and sometimes I get frustrated myself. I used to get frustrated, but now I realize, actually, it's okay. We don't have to be like Western people. That's why people are having heart attacks, people are having depression, people are dying because of this rushed environment that Western countries have created. Our people can't survive that. That's why they have so many mental issues in the Western world. In Africa, life is pole. Pole just means slower pace, slowly. It's like a snail. Take your time. People might not even show up on time. Some of it's sad, but when you really think about it, when you are there and you think about it, it's very different. You start to understand. Like, I'm in Australia, right? A mango in Australia is $5. An avocado, about $4 something. Okay? So I need to work hard for me to afford these things. A pawpaw, a papao, whatever you call it. That stuff is expensive over here. But let me move to Africa. I can get an avocado from a tree in my backyard or my neighbor's backyard, a papao, even just on the street. There's mangoes everywhere. It's free. So my pace in life doesn't have to be high because I need to go to work, make some money, because I need to... No. Sometimes I don't need money. You don't need to spend as much money. Except if you want to live a fancy life. Then you gotta be in the same mode as if you are in the US, or as if you are in England or in Australia or someplace. Because here life is fast. Okay? So when you move there, you're gonna have an issue with that. You're gonna struggle if things move at that pace. Okay? So you need to have patience. But also, and even Traveling Sister talks about this, it's your attitude. Here's one thing, and I'm gonna be honest here, some people are gonna hate this, but here's the thing, here's one thing you have to realize, especially African Americans. Just because you are black, our experiences might be similar, but they are not the same. So we view the world differently. Okay? So let's say you are in Africa, because some of you are expecting, like, because you are returning from America, where you were taken as slaves, when you come back, Africans need to roll out a red carpet for you. But let me tell you something. Most Africans don't even know nothing about slavery. Believe me. Because it's not something that's taught into detail. Some people know, okay, yeah, there was the Atlantic slave trade, which wasn't even a trade, it was an act of war. But I'll put it in your terms for most of you. There was an Atlantic slave trade. People know this, right? Yes. But do they know what happened? Do they know what happens in America? No, they don't. So don't hold that against them because they're not rolling a red carpet for you. Now you got a problem. Your attitude. African people, we have this, and I just realized this, we have this high intuition frequency. I don't know if that makes sense, where we can pick up someone's attitude from afar. So if you have a wrong attitude, people ain't gonna want anything to do with you. If you are one of those people, oh, I can't step in this dust. Look at the dust. Look at the roads. Look at this. If you're one of those people, don't even bother going to Africa. And believe me, most Africans ain't gonna want anything to do with you. And I know this because there's a big difference. People that have a good attitude tend to have fun in Africa than those who don't. I know exactly what I'm talking about here. Because Africans will pick up. People with a good attitude, they'll be invited to the locals' homes and they have their meals prepared. And then you are with your wrong attitude, like with a shit face. You know, you're not gonna have a great time. Don't even bother going there. Okay? So Africans ain't gonna roll a red carpet for you. Your attitude is very important. And yes, there's bad roads. Yes, there is. You know, like people say, like in Africa, you don't drive on the left. You drive on what's left of the road. You know, because there used to be a tarmac, it's now damaged. There's only bits and pieces that's left, and you try to drive on that. You know, the roads are bad. It's not something I'm proud of. But then, what I've done now is look back at even America, you know, Australia, when their economies were $10 billion, $100 billion. Well, you find the similar stuff. They didn't have all the roads tarred. It wasn't like that. You know, so you're moving from a country that's $21 trillion and you move to a country that's $10 billion. And you expect to have the same amenities. No. You need to learn this. That's what I'm saying. Like, for most of you, it would be good to first of all move to South Africa. You know, forget about what they tell you about South Africa. And some people even say, oh, we didn't come from South Africa. Really? Oh, man. Look into your history, buddy. Please. But anyway, let me just say this. You can start with South Africa. Let's start with South Africa. South Africa has the most roads in Africa. Then from South Africa, or you can go even to Botswana. Start with those countries, even Rwanda, and ease your way into Africa. Don't just, and also visit a few times before you permanently move there. Please visit. Now, those are just some of the things I got to, and sometimes, like Melanin Migration says, you know, people suffer from, I think, post-traumatic slave syndrome or something like that, but people don't even realize this, okay? And sometimes you need healing before you even go to the continent, because some people, even just being surrounded by people that look like them, when you look up on the billboards, there's people that look like you. It might trigger, for some people, it triggers something exciting in them, you know. But for other people, it might trigger something negative in you. You don't even know this. Where you're trying to rebel because you're used to see white people and white this, and then you are in this place where it's dark because everyone is black. You know, everyone is black. You look up on the billboards, it's all faces that look like you. Some people might struggle with that. So you need a bit of healing before you decide to go to Africa. You know. And some people just, you know, there's a lot of African Americans that I've heard that they are Indians. Oh, Indians. And then when they do the DNA test, they don't even have a single Indian blood in them. But some of the, you know, your past families, your ancestors, they had to tell you this because they hated the idea of Africa because of all the brainwashing that happened. And some of you still carry that, you know, You need healing. And it's not just, I'm not African American. No, an African American said this. Or go on her channel, Melanin Migration. She's got a white name, you know. So something McNeil, you know. So go there, look up on listen to that video. Because here's the thing, right? This is what you have to understand. Africa is a society, just like any other society. It's not just poor people in Africa. There's three categories. Just like in any society, there's the rich, the middle class, and the poor. Okay? There's these three categories, and believe me, in some of these African countries, if you're middle class, you're gonna have a better life than in some of these Western countries. Okay, so the only thing BBC, Fox News, and CNN show you is the poor side of Africa. I even saw, and most white people show you that, because I saw this when There was a guy who was in Zanzibar, and they're showing all these nice places of where he was staying, the things they were doing. And then there was a white guy who was in Zanzibar, and the only thing he was showing were the poor areas. Because this is what they want to show you. The BBC, they've even been caught in South Africa. They were struggling to find a place that was dirty and whatever, and they've been caught trying to say, nah, don't film from here. Find a dirty place, because they want you guys to only see that. You know what the people who are in Africa, what the African Americans who are in Africa are showing you is the whole Africa. They show you the good and the bad, and most of them have a great experience. Because you know what? Because of their attitude. It doesn't mean they become Africans. I saw this with African Tigress when she went to the Gambia and she was going to the Bag family, and every person she was asking, they were saying, oh, it's that American family. Yeah, they're over there. Everyone was happy. But remember, they didn't call them, is that African family? They call them, that's an American family. So there's this thing where people are saying, oh, they call us this and they call us but you are gonna be African American because you don't even speak the language yet, because you grew up differently from them. You have a different mannerism. So if they say you are African American, that's not bad. That's who you are. You are African American. So yeah, so you're gonna be African American, and that's okay. Some people get upset like they call them white. Oh, they call me white. Because actually, that's not a derogatory term to Africans. If they call you white, it's actually they are holding you higher. I started to say this, and I know it's messed up, but it's the truth. I'm just being honest with you. It means they're holding you in higher regard than even themselves. Okay? In Africa, if you speak English like a white person, you are deemed highly educated, very, very important in the society. Our people need to learn that. But how do we change that? We change that by going there and creating jobs and treating them better. And in the process, you start teaching them about stuff. Africans are willing to learn, and they will learn quick like that. So if they call you white, it's not done in, with malice. No, it's not derogatory. Hear it from me. I'm an African. It's respect. They're respecting you. And you know why? Because you sound white. You probably got money more than them. And some of you are even lighter skinned. So there's a bit of white worshipping on the continent. It's sad, but I'm just being honest. But it's not a sign that they're disrespecting you. If you are an African American, obviously you're gonna get offended by that, because you're always trying to run away from a white, and then you get there and people call you white. But believe me, they don't have the same understanding. It doesn't mean the same thing as you think it means. No, it doesn't. Please, believe me on this one. It doesn't mean the same thing. And like I say, when you start hanging out with them, you start teaching them, and you start telling them about stuff in America and all these things, people will start learning. Okay? People will start learning. And there's one part that we all forget. It's what these channels have seen. The same reason they show you in America, they show you starving kids, and you think Africa is diseased and this and wars and all that stuff. What they show us in Africa is you guys as uneducated, lazy, and stuff like that. Who just wants to fight, they want to kill each other, and they're animals and all this stuff. So when you go to America, stay away from black Americans. Their system has done that to separate us. And most of you guys are falling into their hands. They are just laughing. They say, hey, we set up the trap. So we need to connect. There has to be, you gotta want to connect. So do I think, or are the African Americans in Africa glorifying Africa? No, they are not. They are showing the whole package of Africa. And most of them are very, very honest. Like I've said, Afro-American in Africa, very honest. Melanin migration, very honest. She lived in Rwanda for some time and moved to Tanzania, and she's got reasons why she left Rwanda. Very honest. Traveling sister, very, very honest. Okay, there are videos I'll try to leave in the link below. Please watch them. So they're not glorifying Africa. It's a different continent, different country, poorer than the countries you are coming from. So visit, find a suitable country for you, ease your way into. Don't just pack up and go there. It doesn't work like that. Just like you wouldn't do anything. And also the other thing I'll say, is Africa dangerous? Also I'm going to add Nice Corner, NY Nice Corner. She's also an African American young lady who moved there with her mom. She's having a ball in Ghana. One thing she also says, she says Ghana is safer than America. And there's a part where a woman got robbed in Accra where she was, don't do it. This is what I'm saying. Some people are thinking when they land in Africa, oh, the Africans are just going to be nice to me. And no, people are different. And also you got to realize you're going to a country that there's countries that have high unemployment, where people are looking for work and people are fighting for money. You don't go there and flash your iPhones and this. Someone will take it off you. So some woman around 2 a.m. got robbed in Accra. But I like how Nice Corner looked at it. Say, you know what? You're by yourself. It's 2 a.m. You wouldn't do that in New York. You wouldn't do that in other places. Don't do it here. Also, second, the difference is only her phone got taken. She didn't get raped. She didn't get murdered. That's Africa for you. And I have to tell you, every time I go to Africa, or every time I'm in Africa, I sleep like a baby. Even though I know someone might come and rob, like my cousin, they robbed his house. The only thing they took was food in the kitchen. That's they'll find a way to, just because people are just hungry. Just like Tupac said, I'm looking for a place to snatch because my stomach hurts. That's what happens with poverty. And that's in Africa. People really ain't trying to kill you. They just want to rob you and grant. They just want to, get something to help them feed themselves or feed their families. But you have to be careful, just like you'd be careful in America or anywhere in the world. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching this video. If there's anything you'd like me to talk about, please leave a comment. I really enjoy seeing your comments. Thank you. Goodbye.